For decades, Pakistan has been making headlines at the international level by conflict, stereotypes, bomb blasts, and extremism. But a quieter and strategic effort is underway. Pakistan is changing its perception on the international level by using strategic communication, where it will be defined by culture, diplomacy, and public relations.
Strategic communication is a purposeful approach using crafted messages, targeted channels, and consistent engagement to shape perceptions and achieve national objectives. It goes beyond simply broadcasting information. It engages audiences, countering misperceptions, and building long-term narratives, essential in a world where image equals influence.
Historically, Pakistan's image has been underlined by conflict in Afghanistan, terrorism, and drug trafficking. These frames has become persistent in the international press. So, owing to this fact, the strategic communication in this era of information has become a necessity, not just an option.
You can understand that Pakistan is a very strategic state. It is not a normal state. It is not a state that we can say that everything is okay and everything is fine. Of course, we have challenges, but we met the challenges in 78 years. No matter what is the government, I don't question the government, but the Pakistan has met the challenges.
At the end of the day, the fact is there are certain harsh realities about our involvement with certain militant groups, and this is some of the harsh realities which we does not like to acknowledge at official level, and because of which, whenever we are often bombarded with these certain questions, we try to navigate it, but again, we fail miserably in answering these questions, and that is why our strategic comm is not that much up to the mark. Again, the idea is that we are the only shift which we have seen like in the past year is the fact that now our ministers, specific ministers, are available to answer certain media queries. Apart from that, there is nothing changed in terms of Pakistan Stratcom.
At the heart of Pakistan's strategy is public diplomacy. It is the art of communicating directly with foreign public beyond official government channels. Its key components include sports and cultural diplomacy, educational linkages and academic exchange programs, youth and civil society engagement, digital diplomacy, and lastly, tourism promotion. Pakistan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs has even established a public diplomacy division to modernize its communication toolkit.
Although Pakistan is rich with the culture and heritage, although Pakistan is a rich in natural resources and natural climate areas where the tourism can be enhanced, and this was a policy of the government of Pakistan to enhance the international tourism, and enhance the cultural tourism, enhance the even I want to say that this was a policy that the foreign officials abroad, the foreign missions, they should work on to enhance the medical tourism in Pakistan.
Is Share Pakistan portal. This portal communicates and maps the impact of public diplomacy globally through storytelling, curated podcasts, and cultural stories about Pakistan, Pakistani people, and their culture. It tells and presents a dynamic image of Pakistan that is not just a stereotype under one line.
Strategic communication also means countering misinformation and negative narratives. National forums on media literacy and fact-checking aims to reduce the spread of false impressions of Pakistan in the eyes of global community.
ISPR has been actively working on countering disinformation, misinformation, propaganda, and fake news related things. There are multiple channels: electronic media, traditional media is there, digital media, press releases, press conferences with the journalists, with the diplomats, with the other stakeholders. Other than these channels, Information Ministry also started a news channel, English news channel, to show the positive image of Pakistan named Pakistan TV, as well as they just launched a fact check desk in Information Ministry.
The Pakistan Foreign Office has achieved the credibility in front of the peoples, in front of the partners, in front of the entire world, that they are not using misinformation and disinformation.
One of the major example is of Pahalgam attack. When Pahalgam attack occurred in April 2025, it was difficult for Pakistan to counter that information because within 2 to 3 minutes of that attack, Indian media, digital media cells, and their journalists were running propaganda that Pakistan is involved in that attack. Pakistani Information Ministry as well as ISPR, they investigated. They found out the origin time of that propaganda and they successfully dismantled that fake narrative. That effort was recognized by TRT World, Al Jazeera, and other international media outlets.
And it's not just about the international audiences. Improving media literacy at home strengthens Pakistan's ability to speak with clarity and unity abroad.
During the May conflict, I can appreciate this fact that again the government was on this right strategy, and that was a fact that Pakistan narrative was readily acceptable. And one of the good strategies was to unblock X platform, because at the end of the day, if X platform would have been banned, the Pakistani claims about shooting down multiple Indian aircrafts would not have even been accepted by the Pakistani people themselves. It would have been seen that this is certain propaganda which has been pushed by the government ministries or the military officials.
One of the most intriguing strands of Pakistan's image strategy involves the inter-services public relations, the messaging of the armed forces. Beyond press releases, ISPR produces dramas, documentaries, and national songs designed to project a positive narrative about Pakistan's people, values, and contributions. Strategic communication extends into bilateral and multilateral diplomacy as Pakistan emphasizes cooperation in trade, education, and culture. Recent efforts include growing partnership dialogues with countries spanning Asia, Africa, and Latin America.
Despite these efforts, challenges remain. Long-held narratives tied to security concerns, economic issues, and regional rivalries do not disappear overnight. Experts stress that strategic communication must be consistent, credible, and backed by policy actions to be truly effective.
Again, one of the issues which have been pointed out multiple times in the past is the fact that they does not communicate anything beyond English language. There have been like multiple press briefings about certain investigations about the fact that India have been involved in certain terrorist attacks or other things. But at the end of the day, everything is delivered in English, despite the fact that there have been a lot of concerns pointed out by diplomats that you should broadcast or you should translate these things in other languages, for example, Arabic, French, Chinese. But again, the Foreign Office does not again put the effort into it. And this is one of the reasons, like, again, we are able to present our narrative to English-speaking audience, but again, the non-speaking English audience are not able to that much catch up with our narrative. And this is, again, a big vacuum which we leave for ourselves.
Now it is the Pakistani youth who have the skills of the digital media. They have to portray the Pakistani image instead of asking the diplomat. Diplomacy is a very closed door work. It is not an open door work. Open door work, yes, of course, our diplomats participate into the other countries' festival. They go over there, they make the contacts, they try to portray the big picture of Pakistan. But unfortunately, on ground, the people are seeing what they are seeing. Whatever we say, they will not believe. So they, having said that there are challenges, so that unless we are meeting that challenges, the diplomats have a very narrow scope.
In a world where perception shapes policies, Pakistan's strategic communication efforts, from public diplomacy to cultural showcases, show a determined effort to rewrite the story of Pakistan globally. This is presenting a more nuanced and dynamic version of Pakistan in which culture, different languages, and other things exist that are generally disregarded globally. So, the future of Pakistan is promising in this regard.